Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is me doing my weekly setup. I initially did this video on Saturday and just didn't put it up, which I said should have, because now that I'm doing a voiceover, my voice is not the best. I'm going through a sinus infection now, so postnatal drip, facial pain, earache, all of that good stuff. But if I have to stop periodically, it would be to take a sip of my tea. So as you can see, I am utilizing the Hobonichi Avec, and I think that that is so cute, that composition notebook. And I think I got that from a Dollar Tree in the teacher section. It came like so many in a pack. And I am utilizing this for my everyday carry. So, well, yeah, not necessarily my everyday carry, but my main planner, where I'll be definitely in the whole time. And you've already seen the video. If you didn't, definitely go check it out, of me setting up the month for this. So this one will be very functional. And right here is where the beginning of each month is where I'll be adding my goals at. And the front tracker, I put in some other things that I would like to definitely track. So some of the things that I'll be tracking is like my prayer, devotional, exercise, outings, no spends. And then like the last lines on that section, I put my mood. So it's like angry, sad, happy, and meh. So I just want to do some light tracking with that. I plan on for the actual dailies. They are very small. I am utilizing this side just like how the page sort of designated it for. So the left side, I will be doing not necessarily time blocking, but just following my schedule. And then the right side, I'll be doing my to-dos or anything important like that. So with my monthly goals for this month, I want to focus on, and I have, like, if you watched that last video, then you'll see I did like a July setup in my Hobonichi weeks, and I think that that is okay, because me constantly seeing like my goals, especially, it keeps me on track. So the goals that I put in, and that is very important for me this month, is to read 3 books, increase my prayer and Bible study, making sure that I'm sticking to a budget the best way I can. And when I say like sticking to a budget, like all of the things, like expense tracking, putting in my bills, like not just trying to stick to an actual budget, but putting in my expenses and the things that I'm spending it on, and studying for my LCPC. So that is something that I was not doing a good job of. I should have been on track with that, but I really don't want to take it. And I really don't want to study as well. So that's just something that I'm working on. I got this cover that you saw for this on Amazon, I believe. And the other side is just a random notebook, just in case I wanted to jot down some things, since I probably will be carrying this with me. But it will be like a main planner. And right here, I'm just laying down some washi. I'm not too concerned about decorating this to a heavy extent, not in this one, because the the book is so small. The pages are very small, and I am utilizing this for more function than anything. So having some sort of decoration is important, and I think that's why I'm putting down the washi. But I'll just give it time as to what I'm doing that day. If I want to, excuse me, if I want to decorate it, anything extra. And so I'll probably treat that like I do the month. like as my months fill up, like after I pass a week, then I'll add in extra stickers. But yeah, other than that, life has definitely been lifing. And I wanted to like briefly talk about preparation. So I realized in setting up this month that July is a heavy month for me. Like in the back of my mind, I always knew it because I have 3 birthdays this month. Like I don't, but 3 important birthdays that I celebrate this month. 2 of which, well, all are family, but 2 of which are like, you know, important. All of them are important. I shouldn't say that. But I celebrate them every year. And I spend money on all of them every year. And I also realized that July is important because it goes into my kids' like registration for school and everything, which typically comes the next month. So here, I'm pausing for a second. Here is my cousin. And so I'm using the last half of my cousin, the July through December, because I felt bad not using it. So I just did a wild decoration where I watercolored the month, and I plan on putting in each day something that I'm grateful for, or something important that happened. And I'm utilizing the week for tracking like exercise, meals, appointments, and anything big that stands out. The front page to this, unlike the page in the AVAC A6 that I just showed, was for goals. This is like a vision board. So because the dailies in this Hobonichi cousin I will be using for journaling, and specifically like creative journaling, then I wanted to utilize the opening for the month as a vision board. And so, as you can see, I stamped relax, and this picture just gives me all of what relax is. It looks like a nice, comfy, aesthetic place. So I wanted to have that down and keep that in mind when I'm thinking about like this month, and constantly coming back to how I want to relax. Relax before the school year starts in August. Relax for the summer. Relax before August. In August, my job's new building opens. Like just relaxing before everything starts. And I'm actually having my staycation this month, so I just thought it would be so fitting and perfect. And so these pages, like I said, is going to be specifically for creative journaling, whether that's watercolor, collaging, anything like that. And then here I've already laid out some things. So I'm also trying to figure out, you'll see as I'm going through this video, how to utilize stickers. And while I was looking for certain stickers, I was just coming more upon older sticker books that I've had, and I'm like, wow, why didn't I use this? Like, this is nice. So I'm gonna track exercise, sleep, exercise, and food, and just anything else that comes up. Excuse me. But before I stopped and started talking about that, I was talking about like how July is a heavy month for me. Financially, me attending things, like all of that is like heavy. And this month in particular, especially with my job and the role at my job. So me being present, getting trainings done, acclimating myself to how the new system and routine at work will be, all of that is like so important. So this month, that's the reason why I chose to do a staycation in July, because I feel like I need a rest going into August. And I've also realized that July is a month where I spend a lot of money. It's also the middle of the year, the beginning of a new quarter. And I realized that I need to be a lot more organized with July than I've ever been before. Typically, it just happens. I noticed in this month, because over the weekend, I spent a good amount for decorations for birthdays in July. And that is something that I tend to like not really think about or put off. Because like I said, I've been celebrating these birthdays every year. However, I've done it blindly. Like, I've just spent money and everything. This year, I did try to, in June, I did try to ask what they wanted or have me a list of kind of what I can choose from. I now have that. I know what I'm going to get. I know what I need to order. And I'm going to wait because most of it is from Amazon. And I'm going to wait until the 8th because it's Prime Days between 8th and the 11th. So I think I'll utilize whatever discounts and things that I can get then. But it just made me think about how prepared I need to be because mid-month in June, I had decided to pick up extra hours because I realized how July was going to take a hit. And like you've heard me mention in previous videos, for this vacation, I did not want to charge the hotel room. I know I have to charge it because they have to have a card, but I wanted to be able to pay it off right away. And I didn't want to feel bad and talk myself out of doing it. So that's why I picked up some extra hours and trying to take care of that. But I said all that to say, think about months and things. Wow, my birds just got really loud. Think of, wow, they're really loud. Think of some things that you do throughout the year, specifically to month. And for parents, it could be the month before school, especially if, you have to buy school supplies. I know with my kids, and I think pretty much all over, they request certain specific things. They, specific size binders, all of that good stuff. And it all adds up. And this year I didn't do it fast enough where I was able to sign up for my county giving away school supplies. So I'll be doing it all, and it's okay. I should have been more proactive, but that adds on to what I'm saying with think about the months that you have important events coming up where you financially or physically have to devote some energy and dedication to, and think about how you can rearrange yourself to prepare for it so that it's not coming down as like a total stress for you. So like I always know that I have to do residency verification, and I rushed and did that. But if I had planned out everything properly, then I could have already had that together and it wouldn't have been a lot of pressure, because my landlord ended up like going out of town and he wasn't answering right away, and I was panicking a little because the school was calling me about the residency verification, and it was just a mess, and I felt the pressure from it. And it reminded me of how with some things I'm more reactive than I am proactive. So think about things that might come up for you. And here, this is my Hobonichi week. I told you that I'm using it for scriptures. So this is like a Bible place, so I'll do scriptures, any prayers, anything that comes up that I like to do. So I'm using my very old recollections stickers. Here I am just putting in this, and I will put down something each day that I'm grateful for. But yeah, think about something that you all might have each year, or at a certain time, what physical and financial things that you need to prepare for, and do it accordingly so that you're not stressed and you feel prepared and you're able to enjoy that moment and not wish or hope that it hurries up and passes because you didn't prepare properly for it. And then at the end, congratulate yourself. So moving forward, each month, starting this month, I will set aside a certain amount of money out of my check in the sinking fund specifically for July, because I know that registration, school clothes, supplies, birthdays, everything will be need to have during this month. That is all I have. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope anything I say or do is all